Hey guys, welcome back to EAK TV. I'm delighted to have Alex Fazel with us, the head of communications at Swissborg. Welcome.
Pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to be here, Aaron. Yeah.
Cool. So, guys, it's 2019. This is our first conference, our first EAK TV broadcast. So thanks for joining us. So we're going to be speaking to 10 or 12 different speakers today, starting with Alex. We'll save the best to last, maybe. But yeah, like for those of us that don't know about Swissborg, can you just give us a rundown of what you guys are doing and where you guys are right now?
Of course. So Swissborg is a next generation crypto wealth management platform.
Right.
So we're kind of a second layer for those who understand that terminology in terms of investment solutions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I understand you guys did a ICO about a year ago, just over a year ago. Could you give us like some updates of what Swissborg have actually achieved since then?
That's a really good question. Actually, right after the fundraising, a lot of companies are actually lost in terms of how they should progress, and because we put so much efforts in communicating the message and making a nice message for everyone in a white paper. And the first goal was to find really the core members of the team. So hiring really the best of the best and putting lots of effort and finding people who run their own division and be able to hire and manage everything so that you don't have to monitor and supervise everyone. So really building a team of experts and of passionate people was the first step. And we did that. We're currently at 58 employees over the world and have 5 different offices in different countries. So we're quite happy about where we are right now.
Okay. So obviously we're in I believe it's now officially the longest bear market since crypto began. So how is Swissborg coping in this bear market? You mentioned you got 58 employees, so quite heavy in terms of resource. Is that going to steadily increase, or are you guys having to take cuts to, deal with this bear market?
We're still hiring. If you're a Scala dev and need a job, we're still hiring. But luckily enough, because the core kind of background of Swissborg is financial experts. So we really have a trading desk, and we have multiple layers of verification to make sure that our funds are secured. So our treasury management has been going really well, and we have people allocated on different parts of the planet, from Toronto to Switzerland to Japan, to make sure we cover the 24-hour span, because this is a market that never sleeps.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are your main users based then, in terms of location?
So this is crazy, and this is the beauty of ICOs, but we have a better market penetration than McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, 148 countries.
Wow.
Of contributors. So
I can tell you're head of communications, because that's like your line.
Yeah, that's like my favorite line, because it's beautiful, right? Rather than having 5 or 6 shareholders that own everything, make all the decisions for you.
Yeah.
We have people from all over the world, different backgrounds. So that's for me the most exciting part of this company. Yeah.
And how is Swissborg adapting to the new trends of STOs?
Listen, STOs, I think it's very important. I do not think it's the most innovative step. Technologically speaking, yes, there's an improvement from what we have in terms of traditional markets. But I still feel like the true innovation comes from ICOs and utility tokens. They're just not well understood at this point. But of course, it's a huge market. There's over $100 trillion if you add, we're talking about global equity, commodities, energy, real estate. If you combine them all together, there's over $100 trillion of a market. So people get excited when they kind of see the potential where it could go. So I understand the hype. I do think it's still overhyped at this point.
Yeah. Do you think that we'll see the same ICO mania with STOs, or do you think it's going to be a little bit more lukewarm?
I think STOs are going to be exactly the same as what they are today, but on the blockchain. So you'll still have only accredited investors. It'll be very exclusive, while ICOs and utility tokens are very inclusive. So I think it's going to be mostly the same players, but some jurisdictions, for example, in Singapore, there's a financial license that will allow you to distribute to the retailer or the everyday user. Right. So I just hope it goes in that direction where it's more inclusive and not just the same pattern from the traditional world put on the blockchain. Yeah.
So obviously, as someone who works in communications, PR myself, I'm really interested to see what it's like to have been head of communications, from the beginning, for your ICO, for your token sale, and what has been say the biggest challenges of getting your message across, especially to people that probably don't understand blockchain. yeah, like what's been the biggest challenges that you faced, and how has that changed pre-ICO, post-ICO? Now Swissborg's like maturing into, you know, the company that it's going to become.
My God, so many challenges. As you said, it is such a difficult thing and still a battle.
Yeah.
We're far from perfect, but I really believe that it all comes from a C-level where the message is clearly communicated internally. And once everyone gets it, like even the secretary or everyone needs to understand, because to me, like everyone in a company needs to be some sort of a salesperson.
Yeah.
Because they talk to people every day. What do you
brand
do?
ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it helps spread the message, word of mouth, right? So I think internally it has to be crystal clear and then eventually prepare strategy for external communications. But as you said, it's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I understand that Swissborg are working on a new app at the moment. So do you want to tell our viewers about that?
We're super excited. It's coming out in 8 weeks. If you're in the crypto sphere and you don't own crypto but want to own crypto, but don't want to swipe your credit card or just afraid of putting in your own money, we're creating a simulation game. And it's basically you just try to predict Bitcoin's price within the next 24 hours and you get rewarded in tokens. And those who get rewarded, obviously, they'll also get early access to the V1 because this is a bridge to our flagship product. But if they just want to play and earn tokens without spending money, they feel free to just use the teaser app and enjoy. So we're hoping to really gain in millennials or people who are afraid of getting into this market, create a new ocean.
Yeah, I guess it's a good first step for people that are, you know, maybe a little bit risk averse, or at least want to try out before they, you know, potentially lose the money.
Yeah, exactly. Too many people last year.
I mean, it's a good time to, you know, it should be a good time to get in, given that we're 90% down from all-time highs. So, yeah, that sounds really interesting. So, is that on iOS and Android?
Both, yeah, on iOS, Android. And if you guys want to follow us, obviously, you're looking at our Medium. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
all announcements will go through the Medium, and you can download it and just play and have fun. Yeah.
Okay. So I understand that you're talking at London Blockchain Week, I think tomorrow.
Yes.
So what is your talk about? Can you tell us a bit more about what we can expect?
Of course, yeah. So it's an international panel, and I have to take it from the Japanese angle since I've been living there for the past 10 years. They want to know exactly, is Japan truly a crypto-friendly space or country? And perhaps hopefully give them more perspectives than the kind of shallow angle that we get from mainstream media. So more insiders.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm very interested to know. Is Japan a truly crypto country? Or how is it going right now? I mean, isn't there Japan blockchain? There's a big conference in Japan at the end of this month. Oh, that just finished in January. Were you there?
Yeah. No, unfortunately not. I was there last year. The Japan blockchain conference. Yeah.
Is it like hype, like you get, you know, at some of these conferences, or is it? Yeah. How was it?
It's good. I mean, they have like all the blockchain figures of the world come to Japan. I don't. It seems to be just a popular country these days.
Yeah.
Even in terms of inbound tourism, like the charts are going through the roof. So lots of talent, lots of big figures. Obviously, Japan has been burnt several times, as you know, with Mt. Gox, Coincheck, and Xife.
Yeah.
So 3 hacks. The biggest hacks in the world happened in Japan, but still surviving. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. And I mean, for those that haven't been following, I mean, we've been following on our channel the regulation. You know, in Malta, they've become, you know, they've put a new regulatory framework through to give legal certainty to blockchain startups. How is that looking in Japan?
For startups, to be really honest with you, it's still far from being ideal. Okay, it's cool. You can buy, you know, electronics or hardware with Bitcoin at a specific store. You still have a ceiling of $2,000. Big Camera is the biggest electronic store in Japan, so that's cool as a consumer.
Yeah.
But as a company, it's impossible to open a bank account. Just between us, one of our legal advisors said we should register your company as a cloud storage company.
Oh yeah.
Just to be able to open a bank account, and they said eventually when you start making money or having profit margins, we'll switch it to crypto, but let's not put it that way from the get-go.
Right, okay. So, yeah. Guys, if you are planning on doing a blockchain startup in Japan, then you've got the inside scoop here of how to do that. No, that's really cool. Yeah, so with Japan, obviously, there's a lot of innovators there, and there's lots of people that are interested in the scene. But are we like in terms of like the government in Japan, like I mean I know in Malta they're planning to integrate blockchain and across their public services, or do you know if there's any routes that the government are actually open to using it within their own ecosystem?
Oh yeah, so the Japanese central banks have been testing blockchain already, just
Right.
as a case study, and they released a report, and they're just like, it's interesting, but it's just not scalable. Obviously the central bank needs quite a decent amount of transaction and throughput, and it's not easy, but they're interested. And I think it has to do with the fact that Satoshi Nakamoto, this might sound weird, but since he has a Japanese name, I feel like that's gives a little bit of a subconscious edge.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never thought of that. So going back to blockchain, Swissborg, you guys are built on Ethereum, right?
That's right, yeah.
Have you found Ethereum to be limiting in any way in terms of like the blockchain or the TPS or anything like that? Have you ever considered any other blockchain since then?
We did have an issue this summer. Do you remember when the prices peaked this summer? It does get jammed once in a while. Not just CryptoKitties, but other issues.
Yeah, sure.
And so we have what we call a referendum. We're trying to democratize wealth by giving a voice to our community. And when they vote, we reward them with Swissborg tokens for giving their take.
Right.
And this summer, we had to postpone it because prices were so high. When you have 25,000 people voting, and the price goes up just a little bit, that's a lot of extra cost for us in terms of transaction fees. So that was a big problem this summer. We haven't considered other protocols yet because we still really like Ethereum, but you never know. You never know. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right. So, is there any other like updates or any news that Swissborg has that you can share with your community?
Please, the teaser app is really, I'm so happy about it. Obviously, the flagship product V1 is coming out in Q3 this year.
Yeah.
And basically what it will do, it's kind of like if the current exchanges of the world are the Costco or the Carrefour or the Walmart, we're building more of an Amazon, which has best execution. So it will find the lowest rate on the market because obviously there are arbitrage opportunities.
Yeah.
And it will deliver packaged products, so ETFs, indexes, all on your mobile phone. So you don't need to open multiple accounts. You don't need to, have different bank accounts set up on different areas. You don't need to buy all these assets individually. Everything through your mobile is accessible.
Mm-hmm. So what happens if I lose my mobile? Like, do you have like security set up that people can't just go in there and steal my?
Of course, yes. We'll have multiple verification layers, and we also have really good cryptography. Switzerland is one of the best countries in the world for cryptography. So they'll be well secured, and we really want to make something easy for the everyday user. Mm-hmm. Like some exchanges, they say this is for retail and professional traders, but you can't serve both, if you know what I mean. Sure. You have to choose your demographic. Yeah. And ours is really simple, super simple. I'm pretty sure my 73-year-old mom could use it.
Maybe we should get her on EAK TV and try it out in 8 weeks' time, right? Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right, great. Well, listen, Alex, thanks for your time today. I thought it was really interesting. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Guys, that's EAK TV. Remember to subscribe below. Tune in next time.